Uh, I've scrolled this feed a few times today, and so far, every time I've done it, it's been pretty much more of the same. And what that has been is absolute and total garbage from the perspective of the narrative and push that's in effect right now. I even use, which I'll share with those folks who have come over to the community who want to know more about how this entire game works and using it to their advantage. Because I got to tell you guys, to be honest with you, everything that is happening and likely to happen from this point moving forward, from here on out, is going to have a direct impact on your money, an indirect impact on your finances, your income, your taxes, your savings, your retirement, you name it. This is macroeconomics, folks. This is the Great Reset. And I can tell you now that things are changing fast, almost to the point where I feel the right word to use to describe it would be unrecognizable or indistinguishable. But I know one thing remains the same, always has and always will. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today with all that I have put together to show and share with you. Stick with me here, folks, and take the time to do yourself a favor and learn more thanks to our partner and channel sponsor, Chapter. Their team of professionals possesses the expertise to help seniors avoid wasting money and find massive savings with free Medicare help. Dial the number you see on your screen and call Chapter at 270-467-2426 for your free consultation, and you too could benefit just like so many others have already, saving on average $1,100. This is macroeconomics, folks. This is the Great Reset in more ways than one. We talked about this before, and in fact, probably 20, 21, 22, 23, big conversations about this. Most of which was pure speculation, solely for the purpose of instigating and nurturing this mass-wide fear amongst society, a chaotic one at that. Why was it so effective? Perhaps because of the president at the time and Democrats and their position, their role, their power, their control. And think about it. Here we are. The Democrats are out. MAGA's in. The GOP is in. Republicans in. Trump in. And we see a completely different, or at least it feels like to me, a completely different environment, different vibe, different world. The reset is actually happening here and now. But more on that in the group, in the community, if you guys are interested. Michelle and I actually talked about this just the other day on our other channel, whereas YouTube is now in easy mode. It really is. If you know, you know. And if you want to know, then feel free and reach out. I've left you plenty of resources down below in the description. The reset is part of YouTube. If you're nodding your head in agreement, you know what I'm talking about already. If you're not, then maybe you'll find out eventually. But it's literally happening right now. I'm in the middle of it. We are in the middle of it. And it's plain as day. It's clear as day. If you understand it, if you recognize it, if you realize it, then you can respond and react to it. The question would be then, what are you going to do next? If not, then hang on, hold on, buckle up, because it's going to be a freaking wild ass ride. And hopefully you get off at the next stop unscathed, because I just saw as I was scrolling this feed, this post here that says, breaking news, sirens curse, coaster at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio malfunctioned again, forcing riders to walk down the track. This is the fourth incident since the ride opened earlier this year. And this kind of goes into conversations I was having with Michelle yesterday, asking her, if you found yourself in a position where you had to evacuate an airplane that crash landed on a runway and was on fire by sliding down an inflatable tube slide, would you ever fly again? We may be going to Dallas, Texas here soon. Not 100% sure. Don't tell Michelle because she'll start booking all the arrangements and everything. But if we did go, and if any of you want to take a stab in the dark and guess why we would go, feel free, drop a comment. We would drive. We're not flying. But either way, folks, as I was scrolling the feed earlier today and seeing this repetitive attempt at trying to sow the discord and divide, whether it be because of a stabbing incident at a Walmart and the true story of heroism that ultimately put an end to it and put a stop to it.
Right now with a breaking news alert.
10 breaking news out of Traverse City, a stabbing spree at a Walmart leaving 11 people injured.
So apparently America just got its own episode of The Purge, Knife Edition, right inside a Walmart. Yeah, you heard that right. A man with a folding knife went full Michael Myers in Traverse City, Michigan, stabbing not one, not two, but 11 people in a Walmart before someone finally said, nah, not today, and stopped him the only way you stop a psychopath with a knife. With a gun. But
or if it's some instance of some folks attacking a man in Cincinnati or a black mob attacking a man in Cincinnati, like it's clear what their focus is now, where they're trying to shift the narrative and the conversation, seemingly. Because then we go to Scotland, and I'd be willing to bet that racism exists in Scotland, but not to the degree that it could exist here. So it's a little different story. But it was amazing to see how the media was capable of finding and choosing so many different so many different people and interviews that they would choose to select and then air and post of people in Scotland who absolutely loathe President Trump. It was mind-boggling. Even to the point of which I saw one where they were trying to paint the picture of him cheating at golf. I mean, it's not the PGA Tour. It's not sanctioned. Hell, it's his own damn golf course. He can do whatever he wants. He's still a hell of a golfer, as far as I can tell. He's got a wicked drive swing. But now I scroll the feed and I see the accomplishments. I see what the media is trying to hide. And in fact, X itself and Super Grok and us approaching levels of ASI, which is artificial superintelligence. And even in instances where I ask for Grok's assistance to kind of deliver my thoughts in a far more, much better package and approach to the masses, the AI, controlled by Elon, can't help itself but be lopsided and lean and have bias. But every now and then we slip through the cracks here and we see instances of the good that has come again from President Trump. And that being apparently an unprecedented move that the master negotiator himself has managed to pull off.
European Union is going to agree to purchase from the United States $750 billion worth of energy. $750 billion worth of energy. They are going to agree to invest into the United States, $600 billion more than they're investing already. So they're investing a large amount of money. You know what that amount of money is. It's very substantial, but they're going to invest an additional $600 billion. They're agreeing to open up their countries to trade at zero tariff. So that's a very big factor. Opening up their countries, all of the countries will be opened up to trade with the United States at zero tariff. And they're agreeing to purchase a vast amount of military equipment. We don't know what that number is, but it's the good news is we make the best military equipment in the world, so sort of you have to do that. I mean, until somebody tops us, which is not going to happen. We're way ahead.
Getting the European Union to bend the knee, says Joey Manorino, and the entire European Union will now be open to U.S. companies at zero tariffs. Unheard of, he says. The U.S. will tax the EU's products at 15% across the border, and this is one of the greatest presidential victories. President Trump.
Of every other country in terms of the quality of the military equipment. You saw that recently in Iran, and you see that, unfortunately, you see that often for all the wrong reasons, right? So those things are 750 billion. 600 billion, opening up the country. We are agreeing that the tariff straight across for automobiles and everything else will be a straight across tariff of 15%. So we have a tariff of 15%. We have the opening up of all of the European countries, which I think I could say we're essentially closed. I mean, you weren't exactly taking our autos, you weren't exactly taking our agriculture, and then you would have smaller things, but for the most part it was closed. And now it's open. It's open for our companies to go in and do a good job with it. I think you'll like them. I think you'll like it. And we will, very importantly, they'll be investing a lot of money, but the military is a big number, but that's one number we're not determining. It's going to be whatever it is, but they're going to be purchasing hundreds of billions of dollars worth of military equipment.
Breaking, Charlie Kirk says, lands EU trade deal. EU to purchase $750 billion in U.S. and invest $600 billion in U.S. EU to purchase a vast amount of military equipment. EU opens up markets to U.S. goods. 15% reciprocal tariffs, massive.
They're very important. They're going to purchase $750 billion worth of energy. So that's going to be great. And $600 billion worth of investments into the United States over and above what they have. So, and I think that basically concludes the deal. I mean, those are the main factors. I don't think there are too many other factors, other than we're going to get along great. And we have a great relationship now with NATO, which is largely the same. I mean, not exactly, but pretty close, right? Largely. And with NATO, as you know, they're going up to 5% from 2%. And the relationship is very strong with NATO. So I just want to congratulate you. I think it's great that we made a deal today instead of playing games and maybe not making a deal at all. I think it's, I'm going to let you say, but I think it's the biggest deal ever made. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We have a deal. We have a trade.
Another dollar in the Donald Trump was right jar. We're going to keep pushing forward here, folks. We're going to keep moving the chains. We're going to keep scoring, and we're going to keep winning. But like I said, this all will have an impact on you financially to some degree. I hope you're paying attention.